Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back on Assetto Corsa Competizione for our second video having a look at the Intercontinental GT pack, where today we're at probably my favourite circuit heading into this new pack. It's time for Bathurst, the infamous race circuit. Well, there's going to be no chance we're going to be able to keep it at the walls over the course of this video. Mainly because I'm not very good, and two, we are driving the big boy. It's time for the Bentley Continental GT3 for this one. But obviously, if you guys are new around here, do get yourself subscribed as well if you want to see more Assetto Corsa Competizione content. But let's jump into this then. I just want to jump straight in here in the Bentley. Now, let's have a quick look at the dashboard. Ooh. So it is a very sort of weird dash nowadays, actually, in the Bentley. I'm quite a fan of the older style one, in all honesty, but we'll move back over to my preferred cockpit camera angle. But yeah, this is certainly going to, as we dip a wheel on the grass, that's going to be one problem. The steering's on the correct hand side in this car, and I don't think it was in the McLaren, but we're definitely going to have to sort of wind this thing up a bit. You know, get it ready for some proper laps. What's my brake bias set to? Ooh, very high brake bias. I do not want to be running 60-odd%, thank you. We'll keep bringing that down. We'll bring that down to about 60 at the very most, or I was going to be in for a lot of issues in this video. But yeah, heading to Mount Panorama though. This track obviously is iconic in the world of motorsport. You know, it is up there with the Nordschleife as one of those tracks that, even in a sim, you never really, you really do struggle still to find the limits at the end of the day. And I mean, it's going to be interesting as well. Obviously, this is a laser scan like all the tracks are in this pack. Oh my, keep it out the walls. It's going to be interesting to see, yeah, how sort of a modern version of Mount Panorama does fare. Now, hopefully I'll have a video coming in the near future of my attempt at the Race Room Bathurst 333 event. I'm leaving it as an attempt at the moment, just because obviously you guys can see in that video as to what did happen at the end of the day. But yeah, heading into it here on Assetto Corsa, obviously the closest comparison you're going to be able to get is probably from iRacing still. Obviously the only two laser scan versions of this track that I'm aware of, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there's any others around at the moment. But breaking down in towards the final corner then of our outlap, let's try and go for our first proper lap then here at Mount Panorama. Fourth gear down in towards him. I'm going to brake just after the 100 meter board there. Try to get it stopped nice and sidey there. Second gear on the exit. Use the power as we head through Hell Corner and up Mountain Straight. I don't know many corners around this circuit, but I think I know a few. Or I might get them wrong. We'll wait and find out as well. But yeah, this track, requires 100% concentration most of the time, especially after you're through the first couple of corners. Obviously, you've got the straights at either end of the lap. That's a wall. But obviously, apart from that, heading through here, heading through pretty much everywhere else around this circuit, you have got to be on it as we try to head up the hill. Try not to rely on the traction control too much there. Obviously, it is just going to slow you down. You want to try and get a straight run through as you head up towards the top of the hill. Then, obviously, just trying to keep it nice and clean. Avoid the curves as best as possible, unless you're feeling very brave. That one's alright for the most part, but a lot of them are very, very tall. This is where I personally feel I lose a lot of time. Again, we just get a bit too deep, but keeping out of the wall again. I'll take that. I'm pretty certain I don't have damage on. But yeah, just a couple of corners through the downhill section I really, really struggle with for confidence at the end of the day. Now this thing revs up to about 7k, as you can see. I don't mind it on this game. It's not quite as fun as the McLaren to drive, in my opinion. So if I was going to be signing up to a league, I'd probably be more inclined to stick with the McLaren. But I don't think the pace difference between any of them is too major here on Assetto Corsa. From what I gather, the balance of performance is actually pretty good which is always incredibly difficult to get right on a racing game. I mean, we've seen it absolutely everywhere. But down in towards the final couple of corners, though, it's certainly not going to be a particularly brilliant lap. It's a 2:07.0. We'll see if we can probably get down towards the 2:05s. That's what I was running back on Race Room for the event. So let's see what we can muster up as we head back up the hill. We're already a 10th up over my previous lap. Over the bump. This is where you change up into 6 just as you get over the other side. So you can try and use the gravity to your advantage. Brake just after the 100 metre board. Braking a little bit early that time round. Obviously made a mistake through here. And then obviously it's just a case of getting the car straightened up very, very close actually. Might have grazed the outside wall there. You can take, you know, your braking point is just after the sweeper before you head in towards that uphill left-hander. I'm struggling to speak whilst I concentrate around here. And then this corner is just about flat in fifth. It doesn't feel it, but you've got to believe in the car that it can hold on as well as that corner. And then can we keep it a bit tidier? Oh my god, the back end felt like it tried to take off there. Just trying to get it slowed down nice and tidily. You can see where we made our mistakes on previous laps. That was a big one. But luckily, yeah, damage is turned off for this event. But yeah, that was quite a hefty crash. It really does go to show. It's just how little, you know, how much gravity really does affect GT3 cars. You know, they're not like a Formula 1 car where the downforce does everything. Gravity can really, really throw these things forward at the end of the day. And that's always one of the fun things about the challenge of this circuit is. I mean, obviously the only, you know, the biggest 2 races of the year around here is obviously the 12 hours in the autumn for Australia, or the winter even I should say, and then the Bathurst 1000 in the spring. Or, am I getting that right? No, I don't think I am. No, I think it is. Yeah, no, it's right, I think. It's complicated. But let's go for another flyer then, and obviously both of those races are in fairly, you know, relative to an open wheeler, very heavy cars at the end of the day. Just actually blipping the traction control quite a bit, I think. You realise just how bumpy it is as a racing circuit. Trying to get the nose dialed in, trying to avoid using too much of that curve. I feel like it's costing us more time than it's normally giving us. Through there. Just a bit of a lift. You can take that flat, but I'm not very good. Oh, that was some understeer. Front end just didn't want to bite. Bit of a lift through there. And then you can pretty much keep it pinned through this next section. No, you can't. Not if you're out there. Holy moly. This is scary. I need to get VR. Oh, that's way too late. I'm going to bail out of that. Even that's horrible. I need to work out why I'm struggling so much with the understeer through there. I don't know if I just need to be going a bit slower on the way in, or trying to get the car down an extra gear just so it bites a bit more at the front, or whether it's just the Bentley. Obviously, just like the McLaren video, this is being done with default setup. So, you know, there's probably a lot of time to find around this circuit going on to a proper setup here. But once again, loving it on the new Fanatec rim. It is a brilliant, brilliant experience at the end of the day. Let's go then for one final fly where we'll really, really concentrate on it. Leave you guys with some audio as well through the final couple of corners. Under the Lemans Bridge for the penultimate time, hopefully, of this video. Let's do this thing. I'm going to really concentrate. through the final corner though, down towards the line. It's a 2:05.457 there, which is about roughly where I was on pace for the race room race as well. So nice to see, obviously there's some similarities between the games as well at the end of the day. But that was Mount Panorama here on Assetto Corsa Competizione. Definitely an experience that I would recommend to all of you to give a go as well. If you're new around here, do get yourself subscribed for more Assetto Corsa Competizione content, where next time out we will be taking on one Laguna Seca. I'm very much looking forward to that, which is quite surprising, because I don't normally enjoy Laguna Seca, but I guess that really does go to show just how good this pack is on ACC. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys next time.